So as we thought, Europe is off to an extremely fast start with England, Spain, the Netherlands, Germany, Scandinavia, and Rome all getting their second city. That's good to see, and it's also worrisome for some of those civs that are closer to Europe than others. And I did want to remind anyone, for those of you that, I know there are some people that don't like to see Europe, I be kind of the more dominant civ. Please watch the other AI-only campaign. If you want to see Europe get completely destroyed, please check the description below and watch the 35 civ AI-only world battle that I did. Europe gets absolutely destroyed. So this is a really, really nice change to see, Europe on this faster path here, and hopefully able to do something and actually kind of have a historical impact on this world. I think it'll be weirdly enough more historical than any other campaign that we've had. So I did turn on the resource icons for just a second to kind of check on who exactly has some of the resources briefly here. I have terrible vision. Not really. I mean, as you can see, I've got grandma glasses on, but I do end up missing some of the resources, and you'll see that in the campaign. I mean, there's just so much to look at here. I'm gonna miss some stuff, but we do see that it looks like Sweden and Denmark will have their own piece of iron. There is no iron. Oh, there is. There's iron up north in the British Isles. Spain doesn't look like they have any. But Portugal has a lot. Oh, I didn't even realize Portugal settled Porto. Hell yeah. Good for you, Maria. Oh man, so yeah, you got to be really scared if you're Carthage or Morocco right now, playing on Emperor difficulty. They do also have a lot of pearls out here. We do have Rome, which is really, really important. Rome has iron. That's big. That's very big. We should probably check if the Huns have horses. They do. They do. They've got 4 of them. Very good. Russia currently doesn't have any sort of strategic resources with her zone. Byzantium is going to get 4 iron. Greece doesn't have anything. They've got some furs, though. Austria doesn't have anything. Carthage will have iron for herself. Songhai has a lot of sugar, and so does Egypt. Yeah, so it looks like that is it for now. And for these guys only have about 1 city. How's India doing? India's got silk and ivory. They're going to get some horses, though. Very nice. Siam. Nothing for Siam. Now let's check Eastern Asia. I'm very excited to see how Japan does here. Really, really excited. They do have Mount Fuji, which is going to give them faith, which ultimately, more than likely, will bring them a religion. Pretty good religion. Oh, they do have iron. Okay, and I can't recall, but I believe... Oh my gosh, look at Polynesia. Yeah. Yeah, Polynesia, you go. You know what's funny is I get really annoyed with Polynesia whenever I'm playing a game, but when I'm not playing a game, when I'm watching them, it's so entertaining to see what they do, because they can kind of go throughout the world and do whatever they want, so I'm really excited to see exactly where they settle. There is a lot of iron in Australia. That's another thing I didn't talk about in video 1. Eastern Asia has the opportunity of getting really strong at the very end. When they're able to colonize Australia and all these islands out here in the South Pacific, they'll catch up, I promise you. Again, don't worry about the civs that are far away from Europe. They'll be fine. Don't worry about the Zulu or East Asia, maybe even the natives. They should be fine. It's the countries that are close to Europe that need to worry. But, they're scaled a little bit differently, so they might be able to survive a bit longer. And Mongolia does have horses as well. Okay, so let's move on. I just wanted to check that really briefly there. Let's turn this off. Yeah, so I'm really, really excited to see and watch what Polynesia does. I want to see where they're going to settle first. It looks like they might be going for Eastern Asia, maybe Siberia. The Siberian region might be the ultimate choice for them. I would have liked to have seen them maybe in South America, doing some historical colonization in Chile, but that's okay. I believe they went to Chile, or one of those Western South American countries. That would have been cool, but I didn't. The Incas are here as well, so this is kind of a place. This is kind of a zone that I'm really interested in watching. The Mayan versus the Aztecs. To be honest, I think the Aztecs are highly underrated. I think the Aztecs have an opportunity of doing a really, really good job. They've got their jaguars, and they're going to build a lot of culture with every single kill they get. I mean, I think the Aztecs could be dominant, especially because they're going to be expansive. But who else will? America will be extremely expansive. I know there are a lot of you guys that are rooting for America as well. I think it could be possible. Even though their city is coastal, you would think that maybe they'll get dominated by Europe. I think they'll be fine, to be honest. I think that Europe won't be able to orchestrate a good enough navy. But you know what? I don't know. We shall definitely see. So do we have the Celts? The Celts aren't moving anywhere, but France is moving up north. They might be either going for Iceland or maybe the northern part of Scandinavia. That will be interesting. Austria still hasn't moved anywhere, and Rome is supplying Antium with some troops, with some of their workers, and with warriors. Oh yeah, oh no, never mind. They moved him back up into the northern part of the Italian peninsula. But I think it's only a matter of time before Rome declares war on. And you know what? Rome might even make a declaration of friendship with someone like Spain. So this will be interesting to see if Portugal is able to survive. If Spain is able to grab Lisbon, oh my gosh, that would be a very scary Isabella with the Rock of Gibraltar under her control. I mean, let's be honest, Porto honestly probably won't provide Maria with that much resources, really. I mean, it's not the greatest spot for a city. She's got, one fish resource, but that's nothing. And then there's a mountain down here. Ultimately, this isn't the best spot for her. I wish she would have kind of looked around a little bit more and settled on the western part of the Sahara Desert. That would have been cool. Ultimately, she might. I mean, where did her scout go? Oh, it's up in Scandinavia. She's in a place that she totally shouldn't be. Yes, so France is going for the northern part of Scandinavia, which is probably going to block off these CIVS. Oh, no. I mean, they can embark, so maybe not. That might not, actually. So this probably won't be as... what do you want to call it? This probably won't be as action-packed in the very beginning as the previous AI-only world battle was, only because everyone was playing on Deity, so yeah, everyone was ultimately going to go to war very soon. This will be a slow build, but it'll be very, very interesting to see what Europe does. Because Europe, these powerhouses in the mainland of Europe might end up going to war with each other, and that will be interesting to see, because ultimately that will show us who will be the dominant power in this world. It's going to be, like I've talked about, it's going to be kind of this domino effect, where if Spain does take down Portugal, then, Spain can then move to France. Spain is actually looking really, really good. They're looking really, really good. Germany could as well, but Germany's going to have to take down Poland very soon. And the Netherlands, you can't let them get their sea beggars. If they do, then you can count out England being able to take them down. But that's good that Elizabeth grabbed 2 coastal cities. That way it can help her provide 2 ship of the lines, which she actually doesn't have iron for. The Celts will have iron, so unless she takes out the Celts, it'll be tough. And please, I've got my fingers crossed, please, Celts, settle something. Don't focus too much on religion. I want you to settle another city. That would be fantastic if you were able to do that. Or, you know what, Elizabeth, just bite the bullet and take her out if she doesn't want to actually settle that other city. Again, I think the focus point, though, right now for me, people, oh my gosh, how does Germany already have tourism? That is crazy. Again, the AI knows when when victory types are eliminated from the possibilities. So yes, these CIVs will be going for a cultural victory. And like I said in part 1, it's so cool that we're going for a cultural victory, because ultimately a cultural victory is essentially almost just a civ that was almost the closest to domination. As we saw in the previous campaigns with Mongolia and Zulu, they ultimately won a domination game, but they were winning the cultural game as well because they were stealing away tourism. That's pretty much how culture victories work ultimately now. They don't really go to the tall and peaceful empire. For the AIs, it goes to the strong empire, the biggest and the empire that's taken over the most amount of land. So like I've said, this is the I guess the region besides Europe that I'm most excited about. I think Assyria could cause a huge impact here. And you know what? Babylon has their first settler. Where are they going to go? They can't go to the east. They're going to have to move either down south to the Arabian Peninsula or go to the northern African region, which ultimately would bring them down into a war with someone like Rome or Greece a little bit sooner than I think that they might want. Yes, so that'll be interesting. Also, it'll be interesting to see how Arabia deals with this focus area. I'm really excited to see who dominates this region. I think we will see one civ do it. I think it'll be Assyria, to be honest. I think Assyria could just dominate Darius, then move on to Babylon. It depends on who gets a settler first. If Persia gets a settler and sends him out to the east first, then I think he'll survive. He needs to do that fast, because Assyria gets his bonuses really, really early on, and those siege towers are crazy powerful. So we have our second Pantheon, and it is Askia. Wow. Oh, let's check the religion overview screen. We have 3. I'm so sorry. It's actually Ethiopia has gotten their second one. Or it actually might be the first. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. So the Celts have +1 food for camps. We have Ethiopia going for that defensive bonus as they usually do. It helps. It's a really nice combo for their unique ability. And then we have Askia going for desert folklore. That is like my favorite pantheon, and that's going to be really good for them. Usually it's Egypt that grabs that, but since it's in Askia's territory, that will be cool. Songhai will probably be extremely religious. And what did he go for exactly? Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have a religion, that's just Pantheon. Okay, but ultimately, those Pantheons will probably go to... I think we'll see Japan soon get a Pantheon themselves, but ultimately, these first few civs getting the Pantheons will be able to dominate, I think, the religion category. So even though the Celts don't have their first city yet, it's good that they have a Pantheon. That will help out, and mostly, I think, dominate Europe with their religion, depending on who gets what. And actually, you know what? How many religions can be founded? Where does it say? 7. Okay, so we'll see. I'm sure Japan will get something soon. Oh, Germany and Spain have made a declaration of friendship. Whoa, that's a really interesting alliance there. That's a big one. So could they be plotting against the Netherlands? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't. If I was Isabella, I would take out the easy ones. I would take out Portugal and then take out France. That seems like the easiest choices. Also, if you didn't know, typically my AL only battles usually last. They kind of go in a processing of turns in I guess in order from Vanilla Civs to DLC to Gods and Kings to Brave New World. That's not how it is in this campaign, and I love it. It's completely random, so that's great to see. As you see, Assyria is last to move, which you kind of got to think that does impact the game. If he's the last one to get his turns processed, he could get a victory stolen from him. That's really kind of that's probably a little bit reaching there because it's a Civ beating out Assyria by 1 turn is kind of not really highly. The chances aren't very high. But then again, we've got a lot of Civs, so who knows? Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. Aztec have their second city. All right, perfect. I was just talking about the Aztecs and how I really think they could be controlling North America very soon. And if they get rid of the Mayan, I mean, who's going to really take out the Aztecs? I don't see really anybody. I think South America is going to stay very, very quiet with Brazil and the Inca. The Inca are, for one, behind these mountain ranges. So, I mean, well, they're discovering what's out over here. Oh, and they have a nice little natural wonder. Going to provide them 11 gold per turn if they ever do something about it. Anything else that's going on, we just have a lot of exploration, and that's really what we're going to see from the civs outside of Europe. It's just lots of exploration. People just sending things out and figuring out what's behind all this fog of war. All right, Polynesia, they've got up 2 scouts. They're discovering Alaska. Very good. You just have a worker. You have a worker in Honolulu, but that's it. Oh, man, I love you, Polynesia. I don't know why. I'm just so excited to see what Polynesia does. They can do some really cool things. They really have the opportunity of doing some really, really cool things. All right, so let's go back to Europe. It looks like Rome still has their 3 starting warrior units. And we have Morocco reaching out and getting wheat, which is bringing them closer to Europeans. Might not be the best idea ever. Clearly, Morocco's gone down tradition as you look at someone like Carthage, who only has a capital, and they only have expanded 1 tile outside of the remaining tiles that they usually get by already settling there. Clearly, yeah, Morocco's got several tiles that they've reached out for, so I guess Carthage might have gone down liberty. Who knows? Who knows exactly? Greece is going to want to get a settler out soon. And you know what's going on with Austria? Austria and the Celts, you better not be disappointing. There goes Orleans, cutting off Denmark and Sweden. And how's Russia doing? How are the Huns doing? This is another good point. The Huns in Russia. So, Catherine has a little bit more advantages. I swear every single game I've ever played, at least with the true start locations on, you always see the Huns take out Russia, always, just always, because they're so close to each other, and it's the logical choice for Attila to go after Russia. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. Russia's going to stay ahead in technology, and she starts off with more units than Attila does, so maybe she'll be able to defend herself. She just needs to survive that first few eras. She needs to survive after the battering rams are gone, and then she'll be good. She'll be good to go there. because then Russia gets really powerful with time, and I think if she expands and if she doesn't play it dumb, if she goes after this land, but usually she is dumb, if she goes after this land, she could be really, really, really good. How's Mongolia doing? Mongolia's exploring. We've got a Polynesian warrior all the way out, starting to dig deep into Asia. Siam's got their second settler out. Good for Siam. Very good for Siam. He is, it looks like he might be, so the first civ that we've had outside of Europe getting their city down is the Aztecs, surprisingly enough. So, I mean, honestly, that tells a lot. Civs that get up that second city, that's big. That's a lot. It's really, really underestimated. You can pretty much tell that the Aztecs are going to be extremely expansive in this game. I guarantee you, mark my words right now, the Aztecs are going to be really expansive. I don't know if they're going to survive. That might be their downfall. Ooh, and America. America has gotten up their next settler, and they're moving off into the west. Yep, going for that Mississippi River, possibly. They might be going out there. Yeah, so you can tell that the Aztecs are going to be strong since they've gotten their first city up. Washington will probably be among the strong. Ooh, our first war has broken out. Yes, between the Huns, Assyria. So we've got a coalition. Assyria and the Ottomans have joined together against the Huns. So this is really, really good for someone like Russia because Russia will more than likely stay alive. I'm thinking that Attila is going to be too preoccupied, and Assyria now has their own settler up. Oh my gosh. So will they mobilize, though? It doesn't look like Assyria has enough troops. Remember, the Ottomans are stronger than Assyria. The Ottomans are playing on, Paradox's scaling is like, there's Eastern technology and then there's Ottoman technology. Essentially, they're the same things. There's little small bonuses. And obviously, I was only able to scale this game between Prince and Deity. I'm not gonna make anyone, I'm not gonna make the natives lower than Prince. That's not fair because that's when they actually are taking away advantages, and I didn't want to do that. So I only had 4 difficulties to work with, so I kind of had to combine some of the technology groups that Paradox uses into one. So yeah, the Ottoman technology is grouped with Eastern because essentially they're the same thing, and the Middle Eastern area of Northern Africa and the Middle East are grouped up into Emperor, and then yeah, I had to kind of group up Africa and Eastern Asia, as you probably already know. So Babylon has gotten up their city, and they went to go for the southern part of the Arabian Peninsula. Very interesting. I'm sure this is going to make Arabia pretty mad. But, I mean, this could be a very strong Babylon, who ultimately, I think, could end up standing up against the Europeans by the time they get here. I don't know exactly what Europe is going to do. I have no idea where they're going to expand towards. It really depends on who takes out who. I really think that it depends on if Rome takes out Carthage, that's a big deal. The thing about Rome, though, is that their capital is completely open for an attack. Rome could be the most expansive because they have all this room, baby. All this room. There we go, Askia. There you go. Songhai's got his city up, and we've got 2 Zulu settlers. Again, don't worry. I'm willing to bet. I don't want to bet. I'm not going to bet money because I'm not that confident that the Zulu aren't going to be powerful. I guarantee you they won't be as powerful as they were before, but they will be expansive. They're going to be expansive. That's just how it is because they've got a lot of land down here. But for them to catch up in technology, it's going to be extremely difficult. It will be extremely difficult. So if they do end up getting, first of all, there's going to be a difference when they attack Ethiopia. Not only does Ethiopia have their unique units, they have their unique units, their unique ability, and their Pantheon. They'll also have the technology bonuses above the Zulu. So Ethiopia should have a better time at defending against them. Again, Songhai is on the same technology. They're playing on King as well. So Songhai might not be able to fight against them too much. But then again, if Songhai doesn't have a strong Carthage from the north, because I think we can assume Rome is going to take out Carthage. I think. You can never assume too much with AIs, though. Songhai might be a little bit more dominant than ever before and maybe be able to grab more of these land from the Zulu. I actually guarantee you they grab more land from the Zulu than ever before because Carthage is not going to be there to kind of push them around. So Japan has gotten up their Pantheon, and they've gone for one with nature. Yeah, plus faith for natural wonders. Whoa. Yeah, so Japan's going to have a dominant religion. Not as dominant as I think Songhai is, because that desert folklore, man, that's a good one. That is my personal favorite. We've got a few German caravans up. What is this? That is not a German caravan. There's no way you can. That caravan is. Is he going out in the ocean? No, I don't think he is. He's not actually going out in the ocean, but yes. But we have few trade routes up already. That's going to tell you something. It means that Europe's going to get a lot of money. I'm very interested to see exactly where. Ooh, France is already going for Greenland like they have before. Here is my nuclear submarine. Just so we kind of get that out of the way. This is how I'm able to view this game. Is I have a submarine up north hidden away. That way I'm able to watch exactly what's going on, and I don't get destroyed because you have to have a civ. Technically, I'm kind of messing with the game to watch this AI only battle. And Germany has their own settler up. This is going to be close. Honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen because I don't know. I really don't know. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Currently, Germany is number 1 in score with Isabella right behind him. And then the Netherlands, then Harold, then Sweden, then Portugal, Elizabeth, Rome, and France. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.